Hey, how's it going, YouTube? My name is Kyle. If you follow me on Instagram, you know me a little bit, and you may know a little bit about my backstory. But for those of you who don't, this is my story. And I'm also sharing this to Instagram, so Instagrammers also, not just YouTubers. Anyways, I just want to start out by saying you may not know this about me, but I know you see me right now, abs on the screen, tongue out, crazy pictures. But 4 or 5 years ago, that just wasn't me. That wasn't my story, right? 4 or 5 years ago, I was 230 pounds, which, by the way, was 50 pounds overweight for me at the time, because I was 170 pounds when I lost all that weight. I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day, not an exaggeration. I tried to quit smoking, 100 times before, never could. And then I used to drink 6 pack a day, pretty average, on an unaverage night, 12, maybe 16, average everyday 20-something-year-old guy. But my diet consisted really of fast food, pizza, and just living in really an unhealthy way. And I had no energy. I remember at times I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I have asthma. I have my whole life, right? And yeah, asthmatic smoker, what a great combination. I get it, which is glad I don't now. But anyways, I used to wake up in the middle of the night gasping for breath, right? And so I would wake up. Obviously, it was sleep apnea now that I know a little bit more, but I would wake up and I would have the sleep apnea from not breathing, but then I couldn't breathe because of my asthma too, and I wouldn't know if I could get 12 feet away to my bathroom to use my nebulizer, which was underneath the sink there. So the 12 feet, I always worried, could I make it there, or was I going to pass out? Because it was very shallow. So anyways, that was just a normal occurrence in my life, and I was in a relationship with this woman who is the mother of my son, but also was cheating on me, using heavy drugs, and overall just not a person that aligns with someone like myself, who's all about ambition, drive, goals, and becoming more than we are, right? Becoming more than I am, and so she just didn't align with my life. But she was out of prison, bad decisions, but I got my son out of it, and that really is why I was with her. But my point of even bringing up that is that me being with her, me being in this situation of being overweight, waking up in the middle of the night, right, smoking, having 2 kids, I was really kind of and I had a business that was failing, right? I was at one point doing multi-million-dollar in my plumbing company, and fast forward a couple years later, and now I'm getting ready to file bankruptcy. So I'm depressed, my wife's cheating on me, and I'm just really not in a good headspace. And so I get this opportunity from my mom and my stepdad, that they said, hey, we're going to take you and the family to Hawaii and de-stress. You'll take a week, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, yeah, that's great. I tell my wife about it, and she's like, yeah, I'm not going. And so we went, and it was just me and my daughter. She kept the son, and she stayed home. And I found out later she was just not at home. She was with other people. But I went to Hawaii, and I had this super introspective week where I was like, man, look how unhealthy I am at 26 years old. I've got 2 kids. By the end of this Hawaii trip, from not intense hiking, both of my ankles were swollen, and I just had enough. I knew, at the end of the week, I was broke, I was heartbroken, and I had no self-worth at the time. It was just end of my road. So from that point, when I got home from that trip, right, I remember the last day, I still have it hanging up in my truck. Well, I gotta take a second because it's impacted my whole life. Anyways, so in my truck, I have this, like, it was like really my representation of like what Hawaii meant to me. And what it is like they had the Polynesian people, when they would go into battle, they would use these big mallets that had shark teeth that were implanted in it, and so they make necklaces out of it now. And so I bought the necklace, and I've read the story, or someone told me there, and so I was like, you know what, that's me. I'm a warrior. I'm going to get out of this. Who am I going to be in this position in my life when I'm the most ambitious person I know? So I get back from this Hawaii trip, and I honestly, at this point, I still want to, like, figure out my life, and I'm just trying to figure out the situation with my wife, which didn't work out. But I come back, and day one, I start a new diet, right? I'm a Tony Robbins follower, or Tony Robbins fan, so I just decided that I was going to start with the alkaline diet. That's what he said, and then I just started. And the first month, I just did that. I just ate healthier, and I lost 10 pounds. And I was like, that's cool. I felt better, and I was like, but I'm still smoking cigarettes. And that was when I was like, that's it. It's time to be over. So that day I went and bought patches, got a gym membership, and started going to the gym. I went every day. And it wasn't like before when I was trying to go with my friends and, having that ambition, but it was just like, I was ready to change for me. And that's when I realized, like, fitness, training, like, I've always wanted to be the Tony Robbins, right? And that's still my ultimate goal, is to be a motivational speaker long term. But like, this aligned with me. Like, fitness was like, hey, you're all about how to be better, how to get better. So I started working out, and I got a coach. After, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, I got a coach, and then we started going. I started getting some real good progress, and he kept saying, hey, you're doing good, but you don't have to do that well, because it's not like you're doing a physique show or anything. And I'm like, yeah, but let's just do it like we were. And she said that a couple times. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do a physique show, right? Let's just do a bodybuilding physique show. And so that's what we did. We signed up for a physique show, and it was 2019, and it was the next year, right? We were planning for a couple of months later. And so I started training, and we're getting close. And then the day of the show, I go in, I get my first spray tan, we register, we do the whole thing. And then our governor calls in and says, hey, guys, it's 2020 and COVID just hit. And so they shut it down, right? And I'm like, oh, really? I dieted down like this, and now I can't even do it. But then they found a new place, and it was at a hookah lounge, and we all had to stand outside. But then I was like, I want to be a bodybuilder. This is what I want to do. It's not, it's cool to stand on stage, flex your muscles, and be cool, but like, the goal, the process, the journey to the goal is the coolest part. And so then I just, my natural way of things is, like, I want people to come along. I want people to do better. I want people to feel better. So, my natural way of things is just to encourage people to come with me. And then at one point I just decided, like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want for my life, is like, I want to help people, number one, be healthy, right? Number two, get fit and look like the way they want to look and feel confident with themselves. But further than that, the big thing that I, focus on is, like, what's the mindset there? What can you do, with what can I do with the people that I touch, that not only help them with their fitness, but their mindset, their anxieties, their ADHD, their, whatever, their depression, their life, like, life coaching mixed in with the fitness. And so that's been what I've been doing. And that's honestly been the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done in my life. So my whole point in this whole thing is I'm now given an opportunity, and this is the longest video I've ever done for this, but I've now given an opportunity to potentially work with a company like the size of phorm, and not only be able to get my message out to my followers on Instagram, maybe my YouTube as that grows, but increasingly with help, with the backing of all these other athletes, all these other like-minded people, I can spread this message to more people and get more individuals to care about their health, their life, their mindset, working on finding ways to making their so-called issues work for them. I consider my ADHD my superpower now, right? For a long time, it was always a struggle, but now it's my superpower. Now it's what drives me. So anyways, so I'm glad that you guys took a few minutes to listen to me, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.